Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Your Logic Sucks series, where I find dumb points people make and examine their logic. And this argument is a doozy. But like most of these arguments, it's not easy to separate the bad actors from people who really do just like manga instead of comics. But this one is special among even the franchise versus franchise battle because of feminism. Full disclosure, I prefer Alita Battle Angel. I prefer manga over comics. I want a future where Hollywood picks up titles that I like and actually make a good crossover attempt. I want people here to see why manga and anime is superior. Unfortunately, time and time again, we never get the chance. And when we do, it fails miserably. But what happened to Alita is not the same as, let's say, Dragon Ball Evolution. The movie was maybe just fine. And I would say is the same, if not a little worse overall than Captain Marvel. So hopefully, this video will incite some comments. Don't be scared to state your opinion or what you want to argue about. And if you do, that will excite me. Alright, let's move on and explore some background info. This entire argument is not in good faith. Because the people who spout this are the same people who continue to say Captain Marvel was a failure, even as it passed the 900 million mark. At that time, that's when I gave up on these people, because obviously they were pushing their own agenda onto their viewers. So here's a quick test to see if they really did like Alita Battle Angel. And this works because it's more than just a simple question. It carries a lot of information and reveals what really matters. So here it is. What is her name? Her real name, the actress's name. Because I know you know who Brie Larson is. If you know anyone who fights for Alita, ask them this question. If they can't answer, how can they really be invested in this franchise? How can they jack off in the Alita movie and not even know who the star's name is in it? Alright, let's move on. So let me just state that my claim is that these people are not defending Alita because it's better. It's just that it's the lesser of two evils. That's just my opinion, and I can say it's accurate because the videos I watch never give actual reasons why Alita is better. With the sole exception, that Alita doesn't care about feminism. It's just a movie without propaganda. I think they say, Alita trashes on Western feminists because they don't care. Alita doesn't care to be a woman. They don't care to be a skinny woman. They don't care. Again, it's just representation. That's their argument. And any smart individual would say that anyone spouting that nonsense is retarded. And again, putting politics over movies, the people who do that are dumb. They're dumb in general. Like, what's really important is what is the message the movie is pushing. That is what's valuable. The theme of the movie, not what type of marketing they're using. Captain Marvel obviously was riding on the feminist wave that's been going on for a couple of years now. But what the fuck do I know, right? So now, how do you prefer to judge a movie? Structure, innovation, social impact, box office? Well, let's go down each point. So we can go to structure, narratively speaking. Each movie fits the basic model of an origin story and and the basic movie formula in general. It's actually kind of funny that both protagonists have memory issues. Their pasts are brought into question. Their future is dependent on them making a final choice. And again, the overall conflict is not over, right? Because it's all sequel bait. But we can fault how the movie gambles in their story. Captain Marvel played it safe, like really safe, like typical Marvel safe. There was nothing out there, they didn't try to go out there. They used typical tropes that have already been seen before and probably done better. Alita tried to be a little different, but it certainly flew too close to the sun. I think we can agree that the movie tried to do too much in just one movie. Scenes were rushed, dialogue was cringy, characters were half drawn out, while still expecting the audience to care for them. And the romance angle that they try to put came off as mediocre, especially when the third act requires it to be much more impactful. If you are to judge a movie, you can't give praise on how well it tried. You can't give mercy points. Alita failed narratively and structurally. Captain Marvel wins by default because they played it safe. If you go and try to be crazy, it better work. Now let's move on to innovation. This one goes to Alita, all the way. Alita tries to be different in appearance, with CGI, motion capture techniques, set design. Basically, everything that is not just the actors themselves. They are creating a new world for us. And here's the interesting part. It's not just a new world. It's a future world. A world we don't know, but we can connect the dots. We can experience it through, for us piecing together information or aspects from our culture into theirs. And I think that's a lot harder than just making up alien worlds that just mirror ours. Captain Marvel does not look any different than its predecessors. The lighting, CGI, the world building, it's just people with different masks on. For innovation, Captain Marvel stays a little too close to the familiar. And maybe that's not a bad thing, because people don't like change. They don't want to see something completely new. They want gradual change. If it's all of a sudden, people will freak out. Hint, hint, hint. But I have to say, I prefer Alita over Captain Marvel due to its choice of lighting, choreography, fight scenes, and overall action. Alita seems more mature. It goes for a more mature and, I would say, cultured audience. And I'm not being facetious. Captain Marvel is for suburban middle-class America. And maybe that's why, it appeals to them so strongly. That's why it captured a larger market share. All right, now we can talk about social impact. You can hit the dislike button now if you adamantly hate Captain Marvel because of feminism. But please, hear me out. Can we agree that Brie Larson saying the thing that most of you guys don't understand, that speech she made, because you failed to appreciate the nuance, was a positive move for the movie? It's all good publicity. Because the ones who understood the point she was making made you guys look bad. And who wants to be on the sexist sides? I wish we could gather numbers. Maybe if people, legitimately didn't care, or a few people watched the movie because the sexist dudes were trying to, hate it. I wish all that, those kind of data points were able to be recorded. But anyways, both of these movies are feminist movies. One is a little more subtle, but barely. If we just take the movies on their own, ignore the outside influence, they are pretty much the same level of overt feminist narrative. However, one captured the feminist wave. Captain Marvel was the one riding it hard, and for several reasons. It's part of a bigger franchise with name recognition. Alita Battle Angel would never capture the overall audience attention because it's a manga adaptation and no one really knew about it. It had no mechanism to bring it to the forefront. You can say both Captain Marvel and Alita Battle Angel are not popular, but one got a significant boost because it's part of a bigger universe. Which brings me to the box office. I know a lot of people hate to use money as an indicator of success, but what else do we really have that can show a strong correlation between what is good and what is not? But here are the numbers. Alita Battle Angel, as of me recording this, is at 404.8 million box office. Captain Marvel is at 1.127 billion box office. Okay, I'll give you a chance to analyze which one is bigger, which one made more money, which one had a more significant effect on the culture. But was it Alita or Captain Marvel? I want you guys to really think hard. Again, I know you will say money is not the best method to measure, success. I get that. But box office reveals a lot more than just money made. It correlates with people coming out to the movies. It signals how strong a movie can be in the future. It ensures a sequel, therefore a continuation of more, or in this case, more Captain Marvel movies, something Alita failed to do. And I really do wish more people went to go see Alita Battle Angel, because Alita represents more than just one franchise. And again, I hate, no, I don't hate. It's obvious. This should be obvious. Alita represents a possible market for Japanese media that can be, optioned and produced for our markets. But I really think Hollywood keeps optioning the wrong franchises. Big and weird material is not what the West wants, unless they already know about it. So you see the catch-22 that anime and manga is in. A studio will not bankroll a franchise that will cost a lot just for a less than likely success rate movie. Studios don't like risk, which sucks, but it's just the truth. Okay, so after those arbitrary methods of judging a movie, Captain Marvel has 3/4 of those categories in the bag, which I think is fair. Alita tried to shotgun its method of standing out, and obviously there is not accuracy with a shotgun. But I do value its attempt, but I cannot say it's a good movie because it tried. If a person watched both movies, and I hope you did watch both movies, Alita will give you more scenes you will remember afterwards. It gives you more those YouTubeable moments. Captain Marvel is bland, but it gets the job done. So that's it. I do want to hear your concrete arguments as to why Alita is superior or whatever. I'm not comfortable, going after channels for their claims. I don't want it to be accused of attention getting or whatever. But if you leave a comment down below and you feel that you want to prove a point, leave a comment down below and I'll argue with you in good faith. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Laters.